Let's talk a little bit about your actual books, though. You have
Okay.
3 books in your series, the Chaos Seed series. What is the overall story about?
All right. So basically, it starts with a similar arc for a lot of them, where I have someone that was involved in some sort of complex virtual reality MMORPG. You're set a couple of years in the future because the tech is not widely available yet, and the person gets drawn into the story. And basically, it's like what happens after that. And obviously, the lit RPG kind of paradigm is that, as opposed to some other science fiction thing where maybe you learn, I don't know, to cast something from a plucky squirrel or a nice owl or something like that. This is very much like you start as just a regular dude, and the more you strain and the more you stress yourself out, well, the stronger that you can get. And for me particularly, I wanted to get a intersection of, yeah, sort of hardcore RPG type of style, but also you're going to see an explosion of world building and sort of like how he's interacting with various issues. In the upcoming books, you're going to see like, settlements raiding settlements and, very complex sort of like, political intrigues, things like that. But also I wanted to keep it fresh. One of my favorite authors is Scott Lynch of the Gentleman Bastard series. And he's amazing in that every book he sets as a different tone. So like the first book is just a robber baron kind of thing. The next book is a pirate kind of thing. The next book is about fixing an election, but it also sort of ties together. I love the idea that I don't just have to have the same setting every time, which is one of the reasons that my world, I immediately made it as expansive as it is. It's basically a world the size of Jupiter, but he's only in like, a space the size of Georgia right now. So basically like the opportunities are limitless in the future.
Awesome. I definitely see that trend that you're talking in your very first book. It was just richer, another couple characters. They're going on these little adventures. It felt like a very individual story. And that as your books progress, you got the Mist Village, you had some town building, you got some trading between other cities. You got a slightly larger, expansive view of the world. As each book progresses, you see some of the speciesism, I guess, between humans and non-humans, which is I personally love the fact that this world isn't perfect and that there are social justice issues even within this fantasy gaming world. And then in the third book, you're getting to a little more like exploration of like the larger world, how mechanics and how there are different species and tribes and conflicts within even a bigger and bigger world. So I'm really glad to see on a personal level the hope for realm versus realm or town versus town kind of fighting going on. Get those realm versus realm mechanics you see in MMOs and video games, which is again another part of the genre.